Today we are going to be talking about home inspections. I'm here with HouseMaster, and we're going to take a look at why it's important for buyers or sellers to invest their money into an inspection, the items that are covered in an inspection, and as well some tips for buyers in terms of items or things that they can look out for when they're looking at different properties that could indicate that there could be a problem with the house. So I'm here today with Will. He's from HouseMaster. Hi, Will.
Hi, Marianne. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming. So tell me, HouseMasters is throughout the valley, correct?
Correct. We cover the entire Maricopa County, Pinal County, Yavapai County, and Coconino County as well.
Okay. And I think you have over 30 years, you said, of experience?
Yeah, we have, here locally we have over 20 years, and nationally we have over 37 years.
Oh,
the largest national home inspection company in the nation.
Oh, wow. Good. And so tell me, why is it important for a seller or a buyer to invest in a home inspection? Why would they want to?
Certainly if you're a buyer, you're definitely going to want to have that home looked at by a professional and certified home inspector. The reasons being, just like if you were to buy a car, you'd want to test drive that car. You'd want to look inside under the hood. You'd want to look inside the car and get a good close look at the interior. The home inspector is going to do that. If you're buying a home, the showing walkthrough doesn't really tell you everything you need to know about a home. Right. You're not allowed to get up on the roof, you know. The seller's just not going to let you get up there. A home inspector will. You're not going to be able to take a look at run all the different elements, electrical and plumbing elements, the air conditioning unit, stuff like that. So all those things are going to be checked by a home inspector very thoroughly, and then put into a report for you so that you can go back and know the true condition of the home. Sellers aren't always going to be forthcoming about it. They may not even know what's going on with the home, what the overall condition of the home. Right. So it's really eye-opening for sellers as well.
Right. So. And so what are the items covered in a typical inspection?
So here in Arizona, there's a state standard. And that state standard requires that all certified home inspectors need to check the roof, need to check the attic, they need to check the foundation and all exterior elements such as siding, windows, the yard grading, what's going on in the landscape out there. Right. That all needs to be checked. And then when you move inside the home, you also need to look at all the interior elements. So the flooring, the cabinets in the home, the appliances in the home. There again, windows, bathrooms, fixtures. That's all part of a home inspection. And then you have all the mechanical elements, such as the air conditioning unit, the hot water heater, any special RO systems or anything like that. That's all covered by the home inspection.
So it's pretty thorough. Yeah.
Very thorough, yeah. You should expect a home inspector to take at least an hour and a half to 2 hours on your average size home. So like 1,500 to 2,000 square feet. It shouldn't take them any less than an hour and a half.
Right.
Really.
And so this is an older home. We're here in the 60s.
Yeah, this home was built in the 1960s, as many of these homes in this area are in Tempe, where we're at. And
so what are some of the common problems that you see with older houses in the Phoenix area versus a newer home?
Because we have a lot of new builds and new construction area as well. That's a good question, and what we're looking for specifically as a home inspector is those plumbing elements and those electrical elements. They may be coded properly for the year that they were built, but over the years codes have changed, and not to say that we're looking at codes, but those things have evolved. So we were going to let you know more specifically what's going on with the electrical, because a 30-year-old, 40-year-old, even 50-year-old electrical system, there could be some conditions there that really could be alarming or could be dangerous as well. Right. Same thing with the plumbing, same thing with the roof up above us and in the attic. A lot of structural concerns there. So those are some of the things we're really focusing on and zeroing in on older homes. But then there's a lot of other things, just 50 years is a long time to maintain a home. Right. And it could very well get away from you.
Okay. So. And then more of a newer build or newer houses, do you see more? What issues do you see?
Even with the newer homes, we're still seeing electrical and plumbing issues. We're still seeing roof issues. Just because it was even a brand new built home doesn't mean it was built, perfectly. Right. We're going to find issues even in a new built home. Just things that were shortcuts or in the plumbing or in the drywall and finishing aspects of it. We're looking at that. Also looking at the grading issues. Grading's not always done properly. So when we're talking about grading, we're talking about how the landscape flows away from the house rather than at the house. So those things will come up as well.
Right. So it's really a good idea to really do inspect a house, even if it's a newer.
Even if it's a new build. I mean, we found some frightening things like in one home we did a new build home recently. We found that the drywall finishers had taken all the mud from finishing the drywall and kind of drained it or washed it down the drain in the kitchen sink. Well, they didn't drain it properly. They didn't let the water run long enough, and all that mud dried up in their lines.
Wow.
So that's that could be a problem. That could be a major problem.
Right.
So we found that out by just running the water and seeing if there was a slow drain. And there was definitely a slow drain, which shouldn't happen in a new build home, of course.
Right. And then with the HouseMasters, there's some unique features that you guys cover for an inspection.
Absolutely. With HouseMaster, we are unique in the sense, for one, we've been around the longest. We are the most experienced home inspection company in the Valley and in the nation. What makes us unique here in the Valley is that, and throughout Arizona, is that we're the first to offer a truly free termite inspection. All of our home inspectors are licensed termite applicators, which allows them the ability to do the termite inspection, which is so critical for home sales, right? So we'll do that at no additional cost. We're it's becoming more of a trend to provide the home inspection report online. We've been doing that for years. We've been doing that ever since I've been here over 13 years ago. And we've taken it even further to where there's more resources for the home buyer as far as home maintenance knowledge and simple demonstrations, as well as discounts for services that you may need during move, and that's part of our buyer benefit program. So there's those are some of the unique things about HouseMaster, but truly what's unique about HouseMaster is the experience of our home inspectors. Right. Each one of them has over 15 years of inspecting experience. Beyond that, they have experience in similar trades, roofers, contractors, and remodelers and stuff. So they come with over 30 years of home knowledge.
Oh,
so it goes a long way. And not only do they have that experience, but they also, what's nice about our home inspectors is that not only do they know a lot about the home, but they know how to speak about the home in a fashion that's going to really speak to the client, to the home buyer or the seller, to really help them truly understand what's going on in the home without scaring the heck out of them.
Right.
So.
Great. And so what are some tips can you give me for, since you have so much knowledge and experience, what are some tips for buyers if they're looking at, I know they look at various properties, but some things to look out for that could possibly indicate that there could be an issue with the house?
Certainly, you're going to want to look. So when you're looking at a home, especially an older home, but not necessarily older homes as well. I mean, it could happen in any home. When you're going through the walkthrough, you're going to want to. You're not going to have the luxury of getting up on the roof like we said, or operating a lot of the features. But you can just take some visible looks at maybe the wall here. For instance, we have some drywall cracking.
Right.
In this case, it's not a big deal. It's going vertical. It's just a tape line, right? If that were coming from here, like in other homes that we see, if there were a crack going this way, horizontally and kind of vertically, that's indications of some foundation issues, some cracking issues in the foundation. So that's something you might want to keep an eye out for, as well as basic flooring. A lot of real popular now is wood and tile. You want to take a look and see if there's any chips or how well the grouting is, if it's not been finished, or how well the finish is on the flooring. And sometimes it's not as obvious. The air conditioning unit. Oftentimes here in Arizona, right, the air conditioner runs 3/4 of the year. When you walk in, check to see if it's a comfortable temperature. If they're showing a home, they want it at a comfortable temperature. If it's not, that could be an indicator that it's not running properly. So that's something. When you're walking up to the home, take a quick look at the roof. Just kind of get a glance at the roof, see if there's any shingles that might be missing, or as you're walking around the house, and we could do this in a minute, look at what's called the fascia underneath the roof there, see if there's any dry rot. And then be aware of termites. Look for termite tubes. Look for conditions that might be conducive to termites. And we could show you how to do that. Really, really simple things that could really kind of give you an idea of whether to continue looking at this home or even put a contract on it.
Oh, okay. That's great. So we're outside of the property right now. We're going to take a look at some common problems or issues that can be looked at in a typical inspection. And Will is going to show us some common, things that could be cautionary or warning signs that need further inspection.
Hi, so what we have here outside this home, and this is actually a pretty well-maintained home. I'm going to show you a couple things regarding termites, which we've alluded to could be kind of a big deal out here. You're going to have a termite report in most cases. We want to kind of give you an idea of what to be aware of. I see a couple things here that can caution you. Over here we have a pet run. There's a little pet door in this house, and down in there, in the corner over there, is a bunch of debris, a bunch of leaves and organic material that's butted up against the home. That's conducive to termites. That will be written up in a termite inspection report. Very easy to clear up and rectify, but that's going to come up. Over here, and if you maybe get a good look down here, we have a grading issue. We have kind of a hole kind of close to the home down here by this by the plumbing down here. If this plumbing's leaking, or if there's water buildup from rain or sprinklers, the water's going to build up right here, and that's too much water around the home for a home inspector's likings. So going back, that whole grading issue and that water buildup, here we have a prime example of what that can be. Down here we have the drain pipes from the rain gutters going down in here, and they're going into this conduit right here, but there's also a lot of water buildup right here. That is a swimming pool for termites. They will thrive on this and could be an issue. That would definitely be written up in a home inspection report, or I'm sorry, in a termite report. And then here again you have some what we call faulty grade, where the landscape is flowing towards the home rather than away from the home. So those are just another example there of conducive elements to termites. Otherwise, this home looks pretty good. So here in Arizona, we have a few different types of roofs. Most common is a tile roof, which lasts a long time and it's pretty affordable and it's pretty durable. We also have shingled roofs, which is common as well, and flat roofs. Here on this older home, we have a shake roof with wood shakes. And so you won't see these in new builds very often, but you will see them in a lot of the older neighborhoods. Just looking here at this home, I see about 5 or 6 homes, just from my point of view here, with shake roofs. They don't last as long, but they are pretty low maintenance. Here we have some rain gutters. We want to make sure those rain gutters remain clean. Otherwise, there's going to be a lot of water buildup and drainage problems. So you want to keep those clean annually, especially after those crazy monsoons that we have. And then up here we have 2 different types of slopes on the roof. We have a low slope, an average slope of the home, but up here on the patio roof we have a very flat roof, which can also be conducive to collecting water if it's not sloped properly or drained properly. And that could become a big problem if we get some heavy rains and there's not improper drainage there. So those are some things to be aware of that will, when you look at a home, that maybe come up on a home inspection regarding roofs. You could also see up there that the air conditioning unit is up there. Now, a good home inspector will get up there and take a look at that, but not all home inspectors will, because home inspectors are not required to get on the roof here in Arizona. They're only required to inspect the roof. That means I could stand right here, take a look at the roof, tell you it's okay, tell you there's some issues, write it up whichever way I feel the condition is, but there's no requirement saying I have to get up there. A good home inspector, HouseMaster, will definitely get up on the roof and give you the benefit of a thorough roof inspection and take a good look at that roof-mounted air conditioning unit.
So as we can see, Will just talked about a few major items that could be problematic that should definitely be inspected by a certified inspector. The roof, the air conditioning, termites, water damage, plumbing issues that are all very common here in Arizona. I will be posting my video on Facebook, on LinkedIn, as well as on YouTube. If you'd like to leave me a message or give me any feedback, I would love that. And wait for more videos that will be coming up on different topics.